Yeah. You're now rocking live with the Big Humby Madman UNG radio station, man. It's the Unsigned Artist Hangout, where we support moms and pop stores, and we represent to the fullest. You know what I mean? We're broadcasting live right here in the streets of Los Angeles. We got an artist in the building today, a book writer, coming up from Long Beach, California. It's UNG radio station for the people. For all my people out there that's tuned in on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, comment. You know what I mean? Give us some thoughts and shares of your opinions of this new book that we're about to talk to you about, man. They're trying to get rid of books right now, put everything online, and you know the saying, if you want to hide something from us, put it in a book. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, y'all, is talk to the people today about, you know, our books. Our books are powerful, from the Bible to writers, you know, from all over the world. A lot of people got books out. So let's talk to the up-and-coming artist that's in the building right now by the name of Sir James Brimage. Sir James, what up, big homie?
What's going on, man? I appreciate you, man.
Hey, I appreciate you for being here, man.
Thank you a lot, man. I appreciate the love. Thank you.
Yo, man. You in the building, dog. Let me get my thing together, man. You know what I'm saying?
Long time, man.
Yo, man, been a good minute, man. And it's good to see you, man. And I love that you're taking care of business, man. You're about business, man. I want to ask you, man, last time I saw you was in school.
Yeah, DeVry University, man.
You know what I mean?
03, I think.
Did you graduate?
Nah, man, fell some hard times, so I had to get up out of there. But I did leave on the dean's list.
All right.
I'll tell you that much. But I stayed a year at DeVry out there in Long Beach, and had to move, so it just didn't work out, though.
That's hot, man. You taking care of business then. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, you know, you got the knowledge that you needed from it, and you're doing something with it.
Yeah, you know, I've always, you know, I like education, man. I've always read books and stuff like that. So I've always just tried to continue just to grow. You know, I don't know if you remember at the house, but I had a lot of books.
I remember you was telling me earlier, though, man, you've been writing since you was in the 3rd grade?
Since the 3rd grade, man, I've been creating stories. My teacher used to actually keep my files for me in her little cabinet. So I would write, you know, during class, and she would just see me, and instead of like really getting on me, she would encourage me to write.
Oh, man.
And she just told me, I'll save them for you. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been a creative type of dude, and just putting thoughts on paper.
That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need inventors. You know what I mean? Because right about now, everybody's online with a bunch of BS. They're posting these pictures. Going to the store, you know, doing this, doing that. Nobody's talking about nothing that's uplifting. And right now, your book is uplifting. Show the people that's looking at us streaming the new book.
Mr. G in Blue, Searching for a Piece of Peace. This is my baby right here. It's like people's first album. You know what I'm saying? I think this, first of all, let's take it back to how the book came about.
Okay.
We'll talk about that for a little bit. I was actually jogging to the post office.
Wow.
You know, I got into this little thing where, you know, health. So I had to actually turn in my nonprofit paperwork. It was the last day of my tax papers.
Okay.
So I jetted to the post office, and when I run, for whatever reason, I get creative.
All right.
You know, when you run in, you get to going, you get to see things.
Very thinkative.
Yeah. So my mind gets to going, and as I pull up to the post office, I see a guy with a dog. He's a homeless dude, I'm assuming. And I walk by him going to the post office, and as I walk by him, I just had to stop to write a book.
Okay.
Never had the thought before. For this particular day, the thought came to me to write a book. And so right then and there, I made my mind up. I said, I'm going to do this book. And
so the Mr. G, did you have that title in your head right then and there?
I didn't have any titles. The title came maybe as I started the process. I knew what the content was going to be about. I knew that from the moment I left the post office. I knew the content. I kind of knew the story right then and there, but the title kind of came later on as I kind of created the characters and gave them personalities and stuff like that. But that's how the title came about. I went through maybe like 40 titles before one just stuck out to me.
Wow.
You know, sometimes when you're doing something, you just know what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. I went through all these titles that didn't really make sense, but once I got to this, it just kind of stuck with me. And I knew that was it right there. So
that's a blessing, man. While we having this interview, people hitting me online about what you got going right now, man. So I want to give a shout out to the young lady, Miss Slip and Slide.
Slip and Slide, thank you.
You
I
know
see you
what I mean?
earlier.
Yeah, she's supporting you, man. You know,
that.
so your vision is moving. You know, and people are rocking with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know, from what I've learned about the book, it's like one brother teach one, reach one, teach one. And like a favor come around, somebody help somebody out in this book. I don't want to give it away. I want people to buy the book. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, but it's like me and you, we working together. You got the book, I got the radio station.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Compliment each other. Right.
Right.
From that though, sometimes you never know what can happen out of a situation. So a lot of times my thing is give a person a shot.
Okay.
You know, give a person a chance. And that's what this book is kind of about too as well. Not really judging people. I know it's an old cliche, but you never know who you're dealing with just based off how they look.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know what people's skill set are.
That's
You
true.
never know they resources they may have that may help you.
Right.
So you really can't just go off of how a person is looking or even their situation.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So in this
Don't
book,
read the book by its cover.
right, it touches on a lot of different points as well in this book,
Right.
and that's one of the points as well.
That's tight.
Yeah.
A lot of women be judging. They be looking at you and they be judging you, don't even know
He ain't
if
got
you're
no
doing
money.
decent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that's a very serious point there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so hey, check this book out. You know, give us some deep thoughts about this book, man.
Yeah, Mr. G in Blue, Searching for a Piece of Peace is the subtitle. How I came up with the subtitle is, I think we all want a piece, like a little small piece of just something calm and a peace of mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think in society today, everybody's gonna hustle, bustle,
Right.
trying to make their next dollar, trying to feed their family. It's always stress. You know, you're moving. And you never really get a chance to just sit down and have a moment of peace or clarity. So we're searching for a piece of just, you know, some
Right.
peace. You know what I'm
Some
saying?
people
There's
get
always
peace by
something
going
going
to the
on in
beach.
life.
I hear what you're saying.
News is always negative.
Right.
There's something at work, whatever, your boss, whoever. It's always something, so you never really get that moment where you can just be by yourself and have that moment of peace.
Well, you know how you say you was jogging and the blessing came in your brain? A lot of people, man, you can get peace at 2 in the morning.
Yes.
You know, the kids sleep, the wife sleep, the dog sleep, ain't too many people driving down the street or whatever. You can actually take a deep breath, hear God.
Right.
You know, I get a lot of my writing done at that time at night because nobody's around. The 2 hours is deep. It's dark outside. You can concentrate. I can build. You know what I mean? So that's great peace for me.
Peace, and that's what in my own mind, I have a lot of things and thoughts and ideas, but still you want to have that moment where you just don't want to think about nothing. You know, you don't want to do anything. I think Mos Def had a song called Umi, where he said, I just don't want to be anything. I just want to just relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's to the point I got where I just want a piece of peace.
That's right.
So a lot of times I did do my writings, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I have so much on my mind. So like, let me get this off my chest, off my mind, so I can go to sleep.
Hey, you got me thinking, man. I never wrote a book. All right, writing a book is hard. All right, you got to get a lot of thoughts together. You got to do a lot of writing. You got to sell the writing because some people, I do know how to write though. Some people just say, I woke up in the morning, went to school, ate breakfast. Now you got to put your mind on that.
Right.
Or you can say, I woke up in the morning, it was dark outside. My bed was soft, the cover was red. My mother was cooking. I could smell food, and I put detail into it.
Detail it's kind of like, I'm a big Tupac fan.
Okay.
So when you listen to Tupac music, a lot of times he paints a picture for you.
Right.
You have to be really patient with writing the book to paint a picture. Because if you don't have illustrations, you want to write it so clear that you can actually visualize what the author is saying in your head.
Right.
So it takes patience. You got to really love to write and want to give your audience your thought, what you're thinking, so they can kind of say, look up and be like, well, I can see that happening in my head.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When you do that, people really gonna love it more. You know what I mean? Because they can feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You want to capture the audience.
Right.
So I have a few illustrations in my book, but my main thing really was to be very clear in detail and paint a picture as well as I can. I'm not an artist as far as painting, but in my mind I can create and use words to paint that picture that I'm trying to get across to my audience.
All right, well, paint a picture to the audience right now. Who are some of the book writers, authors who influenced you?
I don't know. I don't have a lot that influenced me, but I did read the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley. I like that. But I don't really. I like Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou.
I like Maya Angelou.
Rest in peace.
But growing up, I really didn't have a lot of different authors. I just liked maybe a book.
What book did you read then that you like that stuck with you?
I like the Blood in My Eyes by Jonathan Jackson.
I'm asleep on that.
Like Revolutionary.
Okay.
Black Panther type.
Wow, I'm loving it.
Like I said, the Malcolm X book. It's a book called Blink. It's actually a psychology book.
Okay.
Psychology. But just different things grab my mind. I can't tell you any particular story that I really like per se growing up, but I just like to dabble and read different material. Not really caring about the author per se. Just, if something catches my eyes, you kind of read, whatever.
Well, I'm glad you read, because a lot of people didn't read, and they don't have no memory of reading. Only reading that they did do was in school.
Right.
Because every day we had class, they gave you a history book on George Washington. Here's a book on how we did this, how we did, we, nothing. They ain't did nothing. They redid a lot of the history and hid a lot of the truths. So that's why a brother like you is very important with your book, to help open eyes to other people. This is only the beginning. I'm pretty sure you got several books in the making.
I'm working on my second book. It's not really a sequel to this, but it's kind of the same characters, the main two characters, Mr. G and Blue. So I'm like 30, 40 pages in already with my second book.
Wow.
And then honestly, I want to do a book about my mom.
Okay.
I want a lot of young women, I think, will benefit from the book.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually start writing her book as well. So I'm going to write two books simultaneously together, or not together, but at the same time. So that's just kind of a...
That's deep, man. Not to go personal, but I know your moms and your father.
Right.
And both of them are very highly intellectual people. You come from a very educated family. Your brother King Ota.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sport, independent entrepreneur, seem like you got a solid background. You got your head on your shoulder. You're going somewhere, you know what I mean? Your books are going to be positive. You know what I mean? Are you going to get into horror? Or you like sex and
I just like to create, man. Nah, I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm into creating. I like to create. I like to fantasize.
Okay.
So sometimes I look at the world and be like, what if I was in this position, what would I do?
Okay.
So I kind of write from that angle sometimes as well. And that kind of, the Mr. G and Blue book is kind of from that angle.
Wow.
If I have this amount of money, or if I have these resources, how can I help? And for me, it helps me write a little bit easier. Everything's more smoother because it's authentic. It's coming from a genuine perspective, a genuine part. So it's easy to write what you could do if you could do something.
All right, well, what we're going to do right here at UNG Radio Station, we're going to talk to the people out there that's representing. Right now, we got people hitting us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You can call us at 706-940-9505. Talk to Big Brother Sir James.
Calling, y'all.
And we're going to take a quick break. And we want to give it up to the family legacy who's supporting today's show. And we got a lot of people that's sponsoring us, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to come back and talk to some people and things like that who's sponsoring us. We got Sick coming in the building later on this evening. Right about now, we with Sir James, UNG Radio Station, for the people. Yo, keep it locked, all right? Let's get this. We're about to get into something real deep for the folks, y'all. Y'all talk to my boy Sir James, man, and find out more information about this book, y'all. All right? Let's do this. Bam.